Well, hey, I need you to stop and sit right there a few minutes. I'm going to talk to you about some awesome records that you should totally check out. My name is Jaden Ben. I've got a bunch of crates over here with some unsorted records, so I figured what better way to do my first vinyl collection video on YouTube than by showing you a bunch of cool things in those crates and hopefully giving you some recommendations or cool things that I've been listening to over the last couple of months. We're going to start off by what's playing in the background just over there, and that is going to be Spell with the Full Moon Sessions, the band's 2018 debut. I have the 2020 repress on Oxblood vinyl, but this is a very traditional, sort of stonery, heavy metal, doom-laden record. I don't remember exactly where these guys are from. I don't remember if they are from the United States, Canada, or the UK, but definitely really, really good, sort of like Motorhead, like King Diamond almost kind of worship thing going on, but highly recommend checking that guy out. So, we've got we actually got 4 other records to talk about today. So, we're going to start you off with a little recent experience that I had with this band, and their most recent album, that is Midnight with Hellish Expectations. Look at that beautiful, beautiful cover. This is the band's 5th studio album, released in 2024 by Metal Glade Records. The band, of course, is a one-man project consisting of this beautiful man, Mr. Athanar. He has some people that play with him live, and man, what a live show they put on, because I've seen them twice now, and they blow it out of the water every single time. Hellish Expectations is actually very short album for these guys. It is 10 tracks, 24 minutes long, so if you like that sort of punky, very fast speed metal, a little bit of blackened stuff in there, highly recommend checking this guy out. We managed to catch them at Come and Take It Live on their tour with Exciter. We saw tracks like Expecto Hell, Masked and Deadly, Dungeon Lust, Nuclear Savior, and FOAL. So not the entire album, but a good chunk of it nonetheless. This album is just packed full of pure speed and darkness and all sorts of really, really cool little riffs and licks that you can sink your teeth into until nothing is left standing. So, the variant for this guy that I picked up is the red with orange splatter variant, which was limited to, I believe, 1,000 copies. I think that was the limitation for it. They may not have specified a limitation. Some of the Midnight records actually don't get limitations or numbered copies, which is kind of sad, but I did very much like this variant because it very much matched the record cover itself. If you are somehow not listening to Midnight, I highly recommend starting here because it's a very punky, very fast. It kind of gets you the whole what they do down to a nutshell. Do I like this as much as some of their earlier work? No, I think Satanic Loyalty and Let There Be Witchery will probably be some of my favorite albums of theirs. But this one definitely holds its ground, and I highly recommend checking it out if you haven't already. Okay, next up we're going to kind of keep into that little blackened asterisk genre bands, and we're going to go talk about a little bit of Spiter. This is Enter the Gates of Fucking Hell. This is their 2024 EP that came out on Hell's Headbangers Records. This particular release is a 2-man project consisting of Mr. Richard Spiter and their drummer, Mr. Snake. When we saw these guys live a couple weeks ago, I believe it was just Spiter and a couple of his live Spiderlings playing along with him. If Snake was there, oops, sorry. But these guys take the whole blackened approach a little bit further, but of course, again, as you saw on the back cover, dressing like vampires. These guys might actually be vampires. I'm just going to let you know that you might be supporting vampires if you support this album. These guys are absolutely incredible. Tracks like 666 on the Crucifix and Reflections of the Vampire, as well as the title track, really, really stand out to me. I could not help but feel the energy that this album gives off upon first listen, and also hearing, I believe, 4 of these tracks live. These guys absolutely put on a killer show, too. The title track especially, and Early Gates of Fucking Hell. I had a great time seeing. So this was, of course, pressed by Hell's Headbangers Records, and it's on awesome mustard yellow with red, blue, and orange splatter, limited to 666 copies. If you're dealing with blackened punk and the devil and stuff like that, and vampires, 666 copies just makes sense, don't you think? Anyways, definitely go and check these guys out. I've been a fan of theirs since the Babe and Bat's Blood LP came out a couple of years ago, and I have pretty much fallen in love with these guys all over again with this one. Just hit myself in the throat. But, that's kind of what this album does to you. It hits you right in the throat and doesn't let go until it's over. So, go ahead and check that one out if you haven't already. I think there's still copies of that available online, so don't miss out, trust me. Next up, we have a bit of a grail in my collection because I have been looking for this album since I started collecting records in 2019, and that is Evisceration Plague by Cannibal Corpse. Of course, the legendary death metal titans out of New York. Actually, they were moved to Florida, if I remember correctly. But Cannibal Corpse is a band that needs no introduction. I'm going to give you one anyways, of course. Evisceration Plague is the band's 2009 album. It features tracks like Evisceration Plague, of course, the title track, which has been a life staple of theirs for many, many years. We've got tracks like Priests of Sodom, Evidence and the Furnace, and Shatter Their Bones, among many, many other really good deep cuts on here, but so many awesome tracks. This is the 2024 repress from Metal Blade Records. I first heard about this actually through an advertisement on Instagram from Rough Trade Records. I saw the Torture repress, which is in this box somewhere over here. But I saw it, I did a little research on it, I couldn't find anything about it. I went to Indie Merch, found that variant, and I also found this one. I did some research, and of course they were new, so I pounced on it, and I told a bunch of people, I said, hey, go buy this right now, if you haven't already. Absolutely killer job. It's not in the best condition, as you can see. There's a small seam split on top, but of course when shipping records across the country, what can you do? But either way, I don't intend to get rid of this album anytime soon, so I really don't care about stuff like that. Sure, if I saw it one day, whatever, but I don't intend to get rid of it because I've been looking for it for so long. The inner liner has the Global Evisceration artwork as well as a bunch of band photos down here. And on the other side, of course, is all of the lyrics to the many, many brutal tracks that are on here. The variant I went and picked up is the Scalded Flesh, which is crystal clear with red and black smoke. There's a lot more black smoke, as you can see on that bottom side down there. The top side is mostly just red smoke. But there was also a clear with red smoke variant as well. I don't remember the name of that one. I think it was Shattered Bones, I think. But I was definitely looking for a copy of this guy over the years, and I am very glad to have a copy at retail price, just as discount scammers can get bent. Very, very happy to have this. I still need Skeletal Domain and Worm Infested, so Metal Blade Records, if you're watching this, please repress those albums and I'll do a whole video on my collection of my various Cannibal Corpse stuff. We're going to leave you off with one more album today, and that was an album I jammed on my way home yesterday. I, of course, have a CD copy of this as well, so that's kind of how that happened. But we have Monolord with Your Time to Shine, the band's 2021 full-length album on Relapse Records, one of my favorite record labels. So any of the Relapse Records does is absolutely worth checking out, in my personal opinion. This is a very sludgy doom album with tracks like To Each Their Own, I Will Be Damned, Your Time to Shine, and Siren of Yersinia being some personal favorites of mine. The title track has this very subtle build into a very high crescendo style chorus with the vocalist singing out the words "Your Time to Shine." And I feel like this was the band's time to shine. This was their shining moment in their catalog, at least for me. I'm still looking for some of those other records, but I very much liked this album. It took me a little while to get into it, but here we are. This is the first press. We've got the inner liner with the lyrics and also the band pictures of them in the studio. I didn't pounce on this as quickly as I would have liked, so I didn't exactly get the most limited variant, but that's okay. I actually really like this one as well. This is the Milky Clear with mustard yellow, orange, and brown splatter, limited to, I believe I'm getting this right, 534 copies. I should know, I looked at it before I started recording, but they always have extras. But Relapse Records does an amazing job with their pressings and stuff like that. So, if you somehow haven't heard this record, you can probably find a copy on Relapse Records or on Discogs pretty easily. But stupid Amber Alert turned my phone off. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, Monolord, definitely an amazing album from some amazing modern Doom legends. I'd very much like to see these guys in a live setting someday. So Monolord, please come to Austin, I think. So, apart from that little interruption there, I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful day. I hope you listen to some really good metal. And as always, I'll see you next time.